Thousands of years after Noah's flood, powerful cities rose once again across the ancient world. Among them stood the magnificent city of Ur, where many people worshipped idols instead of the one true God. In this great city lived a man named Abram, the son of Terah. No one imagined that God would choose this humble man to change history forever. Abram's wife Sarai was faithful and beautiful. Though many years had passed, they had no children. Yet God had a greater plan than they could ever imagine. Then one night, everything changed. The Lord spoke to Abram with a promise unlike any the world had ever heard. So Abram departed, just as the Lord had spoken to him. At 75 years of age, he left behind his home, his friends, and everything familiar. Guided only by God's promise, he began a journey of faith that would change the course of history forever. With every step, Abram walked farther from the life he had always known. He did not know where the journey would end, but he trusted the Lord completely. Day after day, across deserts and rocky hills, God's unseen hand guided every step of the way. After many days of traveling, Abram and his family arrived in Haran. There they rested from their long journey. Yet God's promise had not been forgotten. This peaceful land was only a stopping place, for the Lord still had greater plans waiting beyond the horizon. While Abram waited in Haran, the Lord spoke to him once again. God called his servant to leave everything behind and continue the journey to the land he had promised. Though Abram did not know the destination, he chose to trust the voice of the Lord with all his heart. After a long journey of faith, Abram entered the land of Canaan. The Lord had faithfully led him every step of the way. As Abram stood upon the land God had promised, the Lord appeared to him once again, declaring that one day this land would belong to his descendants forever. There, beneath the great oak of Moreh, Abram built an altar to the Lord, who had appeared to him. Before building a home for himself, Abram chose first to worship God. His gratitude rose like a prayer, declaring that the Lord alone was worthy of honor, praise, and trust. From there, Abram journeyed through the hill country between Bethel and Ai. Once again, he built an altar to the Lord and called upon his holy name. Wherever God led him, Abram's first desire was always to worship. His life became a testimony that faith is not only shown by where we walk, but by whom we honor along the way. Soon after Abram entered the land, a severe famine spread across Canaan. The fields no longer produced food, and the streams began to dry. Once again, Abram faced a difficult test. Would he continue to trust the Lord as he searched for a way to provide for his family and their flocks? Because the famine was so severe, Abram traveled south toward Egypt, where food and water were plentiful. Though the journey was difficult, he continued to lead his family with courage, trusting that the Lord would remain with them wherever they went.